Hello everybody! Today we're going to be looking at Dungeons & Dragons First Edition Monster Miniseries by Kidrobot. This was a cute little series of collectibles that came out a little while back, just a couple of years ago, and I got almost all of them except for the Zorn here, which is 1 in 48, and the Mimic, which is 1 in 48. I really do like that little puncher mimic. That's cool. So we're going to go through some of these real quick. So first we'll go down the line. So we have the Fire Elemental. You can see here that he has a nice little look to him. Got a little seal there, 2022. Nice little fire. Really fun. Then we have everyone's favorite Beholder, which is nice enough to come with a little stand. As you can see, like from the first edition monster manual, you know, this is what peak Beholders looked like back then. Then we have one of the worst enemies in the early games, a Roper. Is that right? I think that's right, yeah. These guys pretend to be stalactites and beat the heck out of all your party members from 30 feet away. Wonderful, wonderful monster there. I don't have the Mimic. Then we go here to the, how do you say this? Shongun? So this is like a fish man, a guy with a nice little trident, spears, just like the original art. Fun look on the face, detail. I really did like how these guys had really cool detail where you can see like the gills and stuff. Really nice. Then you have the Salamander, which is probably the best paint job in this group. I really like how these peaks, like all the little things have that really cool look to it. How it looks like he's like glowing. Really nice. That face there. That's the face that everyone loves. Real annoying enemy back in the day. This one's just horrible. You don't want everyone to fight this guy. They fight in the cold and bite you and eat you up. Is it some Ramosas? Ramosas? Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, but as you can see, these guys are great. They stay cold and they eat you and burn you alive inside their warm bellies. That's where the little logo is. I don't have Zorn, but I do have the Mind Flayer. What? Or, you know, they weren't anything other than a Mind Flayer back then. We have a really cool little skull here. Just, you know, I guess maybe to keep a little snack. Maybe that's a lunchbox. I'm not really sure what the Mind Flayers are doing, but it's kind of cool. Looks like he's almost holding it. You know, it's a different mold. Really cool little detail on the Mind Flayer. And then we have the Red Dragon, which is a lot of people's favorites. You know, like the old school, I think like a little cat or something like that, ferret. I don't know. I really did like the way the scales and everything look on this guy. Really fun. His little face, he's like, really fun. Nice little detail. Nice. Then I got the Rust Monster with his little rusty mouth. Like he's got a little bitty mouth to eat all that rust. He's got his little rust-making tentacles. His tail with a little hammer on the end of it. Really good. I like how silly this thing is. This is one of those enemies that if I pop on the field, everyone's going to get real scared real quick. Then we have the Displacer Beast, which it's kind of cool. You have all the 6 legs. You got the 2 tentacles, the tail. Really nice. As you can see here, there's some shiny, glossy in here to add a little bit more detail around the claws and the like. You can see how good the tendrils are designed. Really cool. Little tail, look at that. That's what you want, right? On your Displacer Beast. I have a second one, so that's nice. I'm trying to get all these so you can have a proper Displacer battle. This was the first one I got, and I was very disappointed the first time I saw this at the Ghoul. But then I saw how nice the mold work was, and the hands. And for some reason, this is the peak performance that got me to start collecting these guys. I don't really know why, but I just like the way the ghouls looked. I don't know what this says. If anyone knows, I'd be happy to hear. but peak ghoul action here. Where's his little, there's his little feet. Okay, so you can see here on his little feet that you have the wizards and Kidrobot there. Really fun. So yeah, that's the wonders of the first edition Monsters miniseries by Kidrobot. You even have like the original pictures here for, not like similar to the original pictures here. There is a second edition. Here's what like the monster manual, the original monster manual looks like. So yeah. So in the next edition, they have, like the owl bear, the troll. I don't know if the unicorn and centaur are in the next edition, but it's really cool to see. So yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea of what that's all about. And I liked it.